From?
You said some place called like Ward 14. Terry.
Where's Ward 14?
Alright, so
as you know, I've been at FreightPath for just over a year now. What you might not know is that I started off purely on the marketing side, nothing to do with sales. In fact, we hired looking back, an excellent head of sales, like one of the most talented sales guys I've ever met. But he left the company not on great terms. That's complete, half his fault, half our fault. In March, and then at the time, I don't think I appreciated what he was doing at all. But looking back, looking through all the CRM entries he has, looking at all his notes, you know what? I was so stupid at the time. And really, I think a lot of the time, that's the biggest issue with marketing. You just don't understand the customers well enough. And the sales guys, usually they really do understand the customer because they're talking with them, they understand it. And even though they might make rash decisions that sometimes might not be for the best of the company, most of the time they're pretty spot on with targeting, pretty spot on with what customer complaints are.
My package of bacon, they wanted to make sure it had all the right number of strips, but they couldn't fit it into the package. So they put one on top.
All right, so something very interesting happened this morning. Not to me, but just with the Instagram algorithm. So as a person, it's mildly annoying, but as a marketer, I am extremely excited about this. As a salesperson, I am too. So you know the way Instagram works. It's a feed that you scroll down, and then it generally has newer stuff at the top, older stuff at the bottom. What they did recently, not so recently, a few years back, was that they changed it from strictly chronological to algorithm based. So this was good and this was bad. From a personal perspective, yeah, I don't see everything on time, but at the same time, you see more relevant things first. So the most liked stuff shows up at the top. And that's the way it's been for a few years now. They introduced this thing called new posts that you haven't seen, and it kind of combines the two of chronological and algorithm based. But check this out.
We're headed to the bar right now. It's going to be a pretty nice patio day. It might rain a little bit later, so hopefully it doesn't get too bad. Fingers crossed that there's no thunderstorm coming. I think I read somewhere on a weather alert there's maybe like a 2%, 5% chance. That would really suck for tonight.
You got the regular feed, and then you go through. That's still new feed stuff. And then it says you're all caught up. And then below that, instead of going directly into older posts, it goes directly into suggested content, which is pretty much just what Explore is. Now, this means that there's a host of new possibilities. On the personal side, it means that you will see a lot less of your friends' posts now. Explore will be way bigger, and content discovery will be so much better. So what this means is that if you're running an Instagram page, like a public Instagram page for your product or your company or your blog, heck of a lot easier for you to find. And that is incredible, but it also brings into question what the central point of Instagram is. I know a few years back when Instagram was first coming into its own, it was really about sharing moments with your friends again.
That didn't work.
The same way Facebook was in 08, 09, even 2010. But as it's grown, Instagram has kind of become less a way to see what your friends are doing. That's important still, but more of a way of you finding entertainment. It's like an entertainment source the same way YouTube or TikTok is now. So it's going to be super interesting what what Facebook does with this essentially, and how people are able to leverage this in order to get their content discovered, which means that in the future, short form video content, like medium form video content that is too long to be a TikTok, but might not be the right audience or the right length for YouTube, that could exist purely in Instagram now. Like Instagram TV, I didn't realize how big it would be, but with the new way how suggested content works, the new way how Explore works, and the new benefits Instagram is introduced for content creators, I think it could be an incredible platform as long as they figure out how to get creators monetized. because that is the huge advantage people have on YouTube right now, which is that there's a built-in form of monetization, whereas with Facebook's platforms there isn't. You essentially help Facebook create money, while all you do is create engagement, which is great if you're getting money mostly through sponsorships. But for the folks with, for the smaller folks in the middle, it definitely becomes difficult. Which is why Instagram, the only way you make money is as a promoter or as an influencer, right? I find that this is going to be a turning point. Either this is going to piss people off and Instagram will go back to the way it used to be, or this is going to completely change the lens through which we see Instagram as a platform.
Hey there.
Like it's damning. There's predictions my guy Anthony made back in early December, turned out to be completely true. So he talked about features that he wished we had. At the time I dismissed him. Anthony, you don't understand the vision here. And guess where we are today? Exactly that product. And it probably took us a little bit too long to build it. So looking forward, what I think I'm going to be doing personally, not just this apology, but for me to listen more to customers, and also just to trust my team more. It's obviously too late probably to repair this one, but in the future, no doubt about it, we are going to be far, far better at collaborating with whoever else is coming.